Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview, June 25th, 2015 on a Thursday. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Cloudy skies and not too pretty outside yet, so might see some rain today. Traders, remember this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. It's a great website, great economic calendar, a lot of opportunities there. So go check it out. All right, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilda. I'm your moderator for the market opening preview series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, we go over 6 currency pairs with commentary and analysis. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I retired from a great 27-year career out of the Fire Rescue Department out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, I'm still here, traders. I haven't gone home yet, and I'm loving it. Love trading Forex in Asia. The Asia time zone is absolutely great. I can trade all 3 trading sessions and still get a pretty good night's sleep. So today we have a lot going on as far as news data goes, and we'll get to that in just a minute, and my commentary on Greece. So let's get the legal stuff out of the way. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Meaning, if you're on a demo account for 3 months and you go to a live account, you fund an account and go live, your trading will change because of the thing between our 2 ears called the brain and psychology. When your money's on the line, you will change your trading habits. But hopefully we can fix that for you. Let's get to news and commentary. Let's talk about the indices real quick. US 30 closed negative 0.98%. The S&P 500 closed negative 0.74%. The NASDAQ was down 0.73%. And the Russell 2000 was negative 0.84%. Let's head over to the Eurozone. The DAX closed negative 0.62%. The FTSE 100 out of London closed up 0.15%. And the CAC 40 closed negative 0.24%. And the Euro Stock 50 closed negative 0.41%. Let's head on over to Asia and see what's going on my side of the world. Remember, traders, these countries are currently trading as the Asian markets are open, and it looks like everybody is in the red. The Nikkei 225 is negative 0.22%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.65%. And the Shanghai is negative 0.28%, with the Hang Seng negative 0.61%. Traders, the Kospi is out of Seoul, and that is negative 1.2%. A lot of red in Asia this morning. Let's take a look at the economic calendar. Not much going on. At the London Open, we had the Swiss National Bank Chairman Jordan speaks. That ought to rock the boat a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be a market mover. However, we do have the EU Economic Summit going on. So who knows, a wobblehead, in other words, somebody gets in front of a microphone and says something that we don't like, or like, one or the other, depends what side of the trade you're on. And the other only high impact data we have today is unemployment claims out of the U.S., and that's 1 hour before the New York Stock Exchange opens in New York City. Commentary today is the word of the week, well, for the last 2 weeks, is very simple. It is Greece. And traders, yesterday's trading was all about Greece. The markets moved from one end to the other on commentary that the debtors rejected the proposal, that they put a new proposal out, and they were waiting for the second opinion, and this went on all day, and the markets reacted to that very strongly. We had big sell-off in the euro, big sell-off in the pound. You'll see that in the charts when we get to them. So, unfortunately, as much as I'd like to say today's a technical day because we have very little data, it's not a technical day. It's a fundamental day because they're going to keep talking about what the situation in Greece is. And it's just going to be a wild ride until Tuesday of next week to see if they pay the IMF their payment. If they don't pay the IMF their payment, wow, it's going to be interesting to watch. I've never seen anything like it before, but never seen a country go in default, but it's going to be interesting to watch. So keep your ears and eyes open to to fundamentals today. Whether you read it or you have a program where you hear it, either way, make sure you are up and updated what's going on. But yesterday was all trading about Greece. All right, so what we do here in this session is we're going to take a look at some 60-minute Forex charts. And please remember that every single candle on the chart is 1 hour. So let's get started as usual with the euro dollar. Here's the euro, nice down move yesterday. Again, this was a Greece move. Look at it, went right through the 200 exponential moving average. Didn't think about it 2 days ago. Then came back up, and what did it do? Came all the way back down again, and now here we are. We're sitting on the daily pivot point and just sitting here for the last 4 hours in Asia. I do this during the Asia session. And so we'd like to see a 50% pullback to 1.1234 price level, and we'd like to take profit at 11.47. This is going to be interesting to see if this happens. If this breaks below the daily pivot point and gives you a bearish candlestick formation, I would sell it from there. Just sell it. Just take it and sell it. And if you get down to support, it's a 30-pip trade. So you have plenty of pips and plenty of movement in this trade if it does not give us the pullback. But the euro is very good about giving us pullbacks. So I would expect this trade plan to work just fine. Let's head over to the pound. The pound sold off yesterday. Now, the pound's been bullish for the last month. And it's still bullish. And we've only got 2 days of red candles on the daily chart. It is still a bullish pair. We don't have a change of trend. However, my trade plan is to the downside. And why do I have a trade plan to the downside? Well, because we have a lot of resistance. We have a 200 exponential moving average, which is the green line. We have a daily pivot point, and then we have our yellow line, which is now a resistance line that's placed on my charts automatically. Support resistance lines. So that's now a resistance line, and we have a big blue candle, and we're starting out the hour with a blue candle, an up candle. So pretty interesting. And we're trading down now into 57.09, where we want to take this, which means we have to break through the 57 psychological level, which makes things even more of a complicated situation. So going to be very interesting today on the pound dollar. Let's see how it goes. But unfortunately, I don't want to trade into all this resistance because this is a confluence and there's a lot of it. And I didn't even mention that we're at the 38.2 Fibonacci level where we're going to sell from. So a lot's going on here with the pound at the price level that we're at. So we sure don't want to take this trade at this spot. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie. Aussie, again, sold off yesterday. A couple of New York brought it up in late New York. Well, really not early New York, and then went sideways. And then the last two candles in Asia brought the Aussie back up, and that's fine. We want to bring this up to the 61.8. We want to sell it at 0.7746. Well, we want to sell it, one, because it's at the 618 fib, and two, look at that green line that's just below it. Yes, that is the 200 exponential moving average, my friends. And we would love to get up there and just get a nice bearish candlestick formation and take this to the downside. Traders, we want to take profit at 0.7687, which is previous support, is marked on the chart. And this just looks like a nice trade if it works. But again, remember, this is a commodity pair, and if somebody comes out and starts talking, we're going to have issues, and this is going to be all over the place. So just be real careful if you trade the Aussie. Make sure you get to break even and get yourself safe in your trade with the Aussie. It's not time to go to walk the dog or go to the mall shopping. You gotta have to sit in front of your charts and watch it. Whether you trade a 15-minute chart or an hourly chart, doesn't make a difference. You're gonna have to watch the trade. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. And the Euro Aussie is quite interesting. Look at this down move it had last couple of days and last week. It's taken a down move here, and now we've been sideways probably for the last that looks like 13, 14 hours. So this has been sideways, looks like since New York. And now, what do we have now? Now we have the situation where we're in a down move, but what's bouncing off the daily pivot point. So I placed a trend line on here. Now this is only a two-touch trend line, but being that the daily pivot point is there, that is support. The trend line is support. So we want a break of all this. We want to sell this at 44.79, and we'll take. And the nice thing is we don't have a lot of junk left to the chart after that, and it's a pretty clear shot down to 4,400. But we'd like to get out at 44.08, 44.15. That'd be fine. Just get out of there. At the daily S1, you can see it on the chart. you're probably going to get a bounce there, and you probably want to abandon ship, or at least take some pips and put it in the pip bank. So, yep, we're still we're going to be bearish on this. This, to me, looks like it's just a fib, and we're just going to take this down. So we'll see how it works out. But this is not a trade until the London Open. Here's a Euro Yen, which is bearish. This is a really nasty chart. This is ugly. There's nothing pretty about this chart. The only thing that's nice about this chart that this trend line is a 3-touch trend line, so it's a valid trend line. We just want to get below that in the daily pivot, and we'll short this at 138.70, and we'll take profit at 138.23. It's a nice 48 pip trade. And the nice thing is, if you get that trade, again, there's nothing in the way to get us where we're going to have bounces and bumps, and it's a nice wide open space down to our take profit level, which is previous support. And it's also the daily S1. So, really nice trade. If we can get it below this daily pivot and a nice bearish candlestick formation, the Euro Yen's a nice sell trade today. The fear is that this is going to bounce off this trend line. It's going to head it back up to that 200 exponential moving average at 139.13, which is very possible. So again, this is one of these trades where we'll need to wait for the London Open before we enter the trade. Trade's last currency pair of the day is the New Zealand. Oops, sorry, we put the same chart twice. There we go. This is the New Zealand dollar, and this pair, we are looking for a sell trade. This has been bearish. It's just had a couple of up days. No big deal, but this is now at the daily R1, and we want to take this and sell it. This trend line is valid. It's a 4-touch trend line. We want to sell this at 69.17. We could take this all the way down to 68.52 if it works. The only bounce we're going to have, though, is that daily pivot point, but we'd like to get below that or enter the trade before we get to that point, and we can be break even by the time we get to that daily pivot point, and then hopefully it just runs straight on through. And this is a good sell trade on the New Zealand dollar because we remain bearish, and our bias is bearish. Why? Because we have the daily chart, and the daily chart is bearish. If you take a look above the current candle, the last candle, we also have resistance, right? We have that 200 exponential moving average, and we have our resistance line, that bright, thick yellow line. So all the reason more that we want to sell the New Zealand. Let's take a look at the Euro Yen. We want to sell this Euro Yen. I think I went over this by accident. We want to sell the Euro Yen. This is a great pair. We want to break through this trend line, this pivot, and 138.70. We're going to take down to 138.23. Nice sell trade on the Euro Yen. I don't know if I spoke about the Euro Yen or not. Anyhow, that's the New Zealand dollar again. Just to reshape. This is New Zealand dollar again. We want to sell the New Zealand dollar. We want to take this to the downside. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilda, and our great friends at FXCL, Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining me on a Thursday, June 25th, 2015. Traders, please visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, till next time, we'll see you. Take care. Bye-bye.